This year I became a YouTuber. Hey everybody, hope you're having an amazing day. It's Lawrence here, and this is my 2024 recap. We're gonna go through all the places I visited this year and count down the best bars, restaurants, and the #1 dish I had all year. Wow. 2024 has been an incredible year for me. This year I took YouTube seriously and decided to go all in and become a full-time YouTuber. But first, let's take it back to the beginning of the year in Japan. On this trip, I went to both Sapporo and Tokyo, and man oh man, we did a lot of eating there, inside the famous Sapporo Ramen Alley. I attempted to eat at all 17 ramen shops.
I already knew it.
Afterwards was Tokyo, where I filmed 2 videos, one in which I ate 10 raw eggs in one sitting.
Oh, that's wild. I've never seen an egg yolk like that.
Very light. I honestly thought I was gonna die from a heart attack. My heart rate spiked, and I really thought I was gonna die from eating too many raw eggs.
And my heart rate is like super high right now. I don't know why.
But I survived and made my way to Korea, in which this was my first time in Korea and did not expect it to be so effing cold. But it was the perfect weather for my love of noodle and soup. I did 5 videos from Seoul to Busan, from the country's best Korean barbecue to the food court at the world's best Costco. But no foodie trip to Korea is proper without trying San-Nakji. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, buddy. Hong Kong, the motherland. This is my first time back in over 13 years, and this place holds a special place in my heart. This is where my family is from, and still I got both family and friends living here. But I wasn't sure what to expect coming here after COVID and the political drama in recent years. But quickly, it felt nostalgic and very homey. I was here for a wedding, so I was here for a very short time, but even though it was a short stay, I was able to get 3 videos, in which are to this day my best performing videos. Next was Los Angeles, California. It was a short but fun trip. I flew out here for a wedding, but that did not stop me from making content. There's no other food that screams America than a juicy, fat burger.
That is delicious.
And there's no other street food in LA better than some nice street tacos.
So good.
I also had a chance to dive deep into the Chinatown struggle while having the taste at their most famous spots.
But yeah, so this is sort of where a lot of the Chinese were forcibly moved to and settled, and so.
But now, it's time to go down south. Medellín, Colombia. This is one of my favorite countries I visited all year. I planned to film 4 videos there, but unfortunately I partied so hard I only produced 1. They have a good food scene there, both traditional and modern, but the nightlife, something else. From Colombia to Costa Rica, that was quite an experience. I will say, it was a lot more expensive than I expected. Maybe the Canadian dollar was weak, but Costa Rica is not cheap. I spent about 4 weeks here and had a chance to explore the entire country. Went from coast to coast, up the mountains and into the rainforest. Absolutely beautiful. And in the capital of San Jose, there's a new wave of chefs eager to elevate and put Costa Rican cuisine on the world stage. And speaking of world stage, next was Mexico City. So before moving to Vietnam, I was seriously considering moving to Mexico City. I got friends back home asking me if it's dangerous or not, but honestly, it's vibrant, delicious, fun, and full of history and culture. So we have everything from some of the cheapest street food to the most expensive 2-star Michelin restaurant I've ever dined in. So soft, so tender, it almost melts in your mouth. CDMX is home to some of the world's best chefs, restaurants, and bars. From modern Mexican city life to the timeless old town of Oaxaca. Oaxaca is considered the gastronomic center of all of Mexico, with a diverse cuisine and the use of traditional and indigenous ingredients. And from one street food tour to another, that takes us to our next destination, Phuket, Thailand. The wild beach life of Thailand. This is Phuket. This is actually my 3rd time here, but not gonna lie, I was actually never a big fan of the food here, but this trip actually changed my mind. On this trip, I did 3 videos, a local street food tour, a noodle tour, and a Michelin tour. I even had one of the worst noodle dishes ever. That taste was just not quite right for me. Next was Vietnam. Settling here wasn't quite so easy for me. I had to move around a few times just to find the right fit, but all in all, in the end, I built my team here, and to end the year, we got a solid crew. I can't wait to share with you guys what we have planned for 2025. Yeah, and off camera, I had a chance to explore more of Vietnam. I went from Hanoi, Hoi An, and Da Nang with some of my friends back home, which leads to my final destination where I filmed, my hometown, Vancouver, British Columbia. Shit, you know, think about it now, I just realized I spent only about 2 weeks there all year. So it's a bit short, but thinking about it, yeah, I do miss home, especially this time of year. The first few days I landed, obviously I was jet lagged, so I didn't get to spend too much time, but the little time that I did have was mostly with friends and family. But through all that little bit of time I was in home, I was able to get one video. What a busy year. I feel so fortunate to have been able to travel to so many places. And through all of my travels, I've hit over 50 Michelin restaurants, over 10 of the world's best bars across 10 countries. But there's only one restaurant, one bar, and one dish that's top of my pick for 2024. This is Beer's Best Bites. All right, so let's kick things off with the best bar that I visited this year, and let's start things off with number 5. Coming in at number 5 is Tay Bar in Da Nang, Vietnam. Wow. The one thing I loved about this bar is that they had this pho cocktail. It's a beautiful thing to watch the way they make this thing, or make this cocktail, and it's probably one of the best cocktails I've ever had. I've had this in both Saigon and Hanoi as well, but nothing compares to the one I've had here. All right, so coming in next at number 4 is Koa, located in Hong Kong. So this bar was actually rated #1 bar in all of Asia last year. We got good vibes, amazing drinks, all the taste of Mexico. So it's a Mexican-inspired cocktail bar. So they're actually bringing all the tastes and flavors from Mexico all the way to Hong Kong. All right, so coming in at number 3 is La Casa de Ruby, located in Medellín, Colombia. In El Poblado, hidden behind a Japanese ice cream parlor, is an ice cream fridge. You go through there, and inside is a hidden bar. It takes you right back to the Prohibition era. So one cool thing about this bar, their menu follows a story, and all the drinks just kind of goes and plays along with the story. The mixologist is super knowledgeable, and they have really great drinks. All right, so our runner-up is in Oaxaca in Mexico. This is Selva. So I went there with a friend and my sister, and this place was just super fun. They're also listed on the world's best 50 bar discovery list, but not actually on the list. But they have great drinks, super fun vibes. The mixologists there were really fun, knowledgeable. They're very chatty, so playful, and it's just very interactive. So just all in all, just a really good atmosphere to be in. All right, so coming in at number 1, drum roll please. This is Handshake Speakeasy, located in Mexico City. So this bar is actually also the #1 bar in the world last year. But for me, I like this bar because it has like a mysterious vibe to it. It's a little bit hard to find just to get inside, but once you're inside, it's dark, it's a little bit eerie, but the drinks were just incredible. The staff and the mixologist super knowledgeable, and every drink was so complex, so unique, but so flavorful. And that's it for the best bars for me this year. And coming up, best restaurants. All right, up next, we're counting down the top 5 restaurants that I visited this year in 2024. So the way I'm gonna score this is kind of based on how unique the menu is, the price and value, and of course, taste. So coming in at number 5 is Carmen, located in Medellín in Colombia. This is probably by far the best value for a tasting menu I've ever had. For barely $100 USD, you get like a 12-course tasting menu with wine pairing per every single course. This was incredibly delicious. It was a dive into traditional Colombian cuisine, but with a modern twist, and every pairing with some incredible wines, and it was just absolutely stunning. So now next, we're going all the way to South Korea in Seoul to Born and Bred. This is a omakase Hanwoo beef Korean barbecue. This is considered one of the best Korean barbecue in all of Korea. So yeah, what more can I say? They had an amazing tasting menu. I think they had like multiple courses. I mean, it's been a while, but then I just remember we had course after course after course of Hanwoo beef with different cuts, different ways of cooking, and overall, it was just incredible. All right, so next is Lawry's Beverly Hills. So this is a prime rib steakhouse. It's pretty famous in the past year, but this place was very unique to me just because of the overall experience. It's everything you would expect in a steakhouse in Beverly Hills in LA. Oh my God, look at that. Nice and bloody, just how I like it. And you know I love my beef. Nice big slab prime rib. What more can I say? Runner-up for the best restaurant this year is Puyo, also located in Mexico City. This is from celebrity chef Enrique Olvera, and this is a 2-star Michelin restaurant. It's also a tasting menu with multiple courses, and it's just incredible. Like, had probably one of the best tacos I've ever had. Some like the best cooked, like just a piece of carrot. The way they just cooked it and smoked it, a single ingredient like that was even the best I've ever had. They're super thoughtful in the way they cook, and just the overall experience was just amazing. And that leads to our final #1 spot that I went to this year. My top pick of this year for best restaurant I visited is Capo Ryote Note. It's a A5 Wagyu Yakiniku Omakase located in Tokyo. So one thing about this place is, well, #1, they have A5 Wagyu, but it's omakase with the multiple courses as well. And just every dish just increasingly got better and better and better with a better cut. I mean, there's a theme here. I've obviously loved beef, and some of these best restaurants are beef, but overall, this restaurant, the experience, the price, the value, the experience, truly amazing. All right, so this is what y'all came here to see and find out, the best dish I had all year. So coming in at #5, it's this oxtail stew that I had in Costa Rica. I had it in the Caribbean coast at a restaurant called Lydia's Place. Very homey, very comforting, and the oxtail was just cooked perfectly. It's very humble and simple and comforting. Nothing fancy, it's just plain delicious. So #4, also in Costa Rica, in San Jose at a restaurant called Sikwa, is this baked red snapper. This is probably one of the best fish dishes I've ever had. It's just a simple baked fish, and they deboned it, but just the flavor, the taste, the spice that they used to make this dish was just incredible. Coming up at #3 is this crab curry I had in Phuket, Thailand, at a restaurant called Letras. Something about this dish was just the chunks of crab that they used was just amazing. Each chunk was like golf ball size. The flavor was delicious. The meat itself was just so juicy, succulent, and sweet. I've never had any crab dish like that, so this is probably one of my favorite crab dishes I've ever had this year. That's what makes it at #3. #2, second best dish I've had of all of 2024 is this octopus taco I had at Puyo. It's probably the best tacos I've ever had in my life, and the best octopus dish I've ever had. And of course, Puyo, like I mentioned, 2-star Michelin restaurant in Mexico City. Like, they had a crazy tasting menu, but that one taco dish is outstanding. Absolutely delicious. And finally, our #1 pick, 2024 is prime rib at Lawry's Prime Rib Steakhouse. I mean, what more can I say? I think it's evident. I love my steaks, I love my beef, but although this restaurant came #3 as best restaurant, this is the single plate. That one dish was my absolute favorite. I had the diamond cut, which is this huge, thick cut of steak on a huge bed of potatoes, and we had some corn as well on the side, but that one steak, it was just perfectly cooked, super thick. The value was great, but just the taste overall, this is making me hungry and making me crave a prime rib steak so bad right now. But that's it, #1, my best dish of the year. So that's a wrap for 2024. I really hope you enjoyed this video, but thank you so much, not just for watching this video, but for the support all year, following my journey, following all my foodie videos, my reviews. It's been quite a year, I had a lot of fun making all this, and I hope you enjoyed as well. Just want to wish you guys all a happy new year, and we can't wait to see you next year. But before so, I want to give you a little sneak peek, a little tease of what you can expect coming up this year in 2025.